So one term you might have heard about is the flow state. This is basically our ultimate state of being in the zone. It's where we perform at our absolute best and kind of enter a mode of hyper focus. It's that feeling when you lose track of time and we become fully immersed in what we're doing without any distractions. This is something that it's often talked about pro athletes or musicians, and even in esport you see it. And it's something that you see come up more often when the skill level is very high and the challenge is also very high. So basically, if you are very good and your skill is very high at a certain thing, and you are faced with a challenge and the challenge is very difficult, those are the situations where you will see yourself entering the flow state more often. The problem with the flow state is that it's something temporary, it's only something temporary, and it's not something that you can easily reach it and you can easily get into it, even if you know some of the stuff that I'm going to say here. Chances are that you have experienced flow state yourself in some situation in your life, but you probably relate to this thing that I'm saying of it's always temporary and you don't know how you got there, and you don't know how to come back to. And imagine if you could come back to at will, right? If you could just always be in the flow state when you're playing a game, then you'd always play at your best. And I'm sure if you're taking this course and you're trying to get better at the game, that would be amazing, right? So there is actually a lot of research on this topic, and I've watched a lot of videos when I was grinding the game about this, and there are actually some really cool information that I've put into practice and have made results to me. I'm gonna go over them just a little bit in here, but it's basically two main videos that I liked the most and had the biggest input for me that I put into practice. So I'm gonna leave those videos for you guys to watch because they are gonna explain it way better than I can. But I'm gonna basically tell you what are some of the effective practices that we can adopt to reach this flow state and just be in the zone in an easier way and more often. So for me, one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one, is meditation. And it's not just any meditation. You want to do meditation with the goal of practicing your focus. And this is something that you can easily find like on YouTube, guided meditation for focus. And there's a lot of videos that you can do. And this takes like 5 minutes or 20 minutes. And basically what you do in that time is the most common meditation technique, you might have heard of this, is just to focus on your breathing and nothing else, and just try to focus on your breathing and the sensations that you get when you're breathing, like in your nose, your mouth, whatever, and you're just doing that while you're meditating. And this is not something that's easy to do. It's like super easy to get distracted and lose focus. And basically when you're doing this kind of focus meditation, all you're trying to accomplish is you want to notice every time you get distracted. So you're going to get distracted. You have to accept that you're going to get distracted multiple times. And the goal is to notice every time you get distracted. Every time you notice, you want to pull your mind back to the task that you have, which is focus on your breathing and nothing else, and the sensations you get from the breathing. And then you're going to get distracted again, and you want to notice it as soon as possible, and then go back into it. And this is kind of a skill that you acquired through practice. This is basically something that you got to practice, and you're going to get much better with time. And eventually you're going to be able to stay focused for a longer time and notice instantly whenever you get distracted. And the coolest thing about this is that it translates very easily to in-game situations. And I notice myself getting distracted in mid-game, like in a mid-round, like for even just 1 second, and pulling myself back into the game super fast and being able to stay consistently focused. And it's something that goes unnoticed very easily and improves how consistently I can be playing at my highest level. Another good practice is exercise. This is also good because of what I talk in another topic here about being energized and not being tired. If you do a lot of exercise, you will just naturally boost your energy levels. But there are also some other benefits that it gives related specifically to get into this flow state and mode of hyper focus, but it's better explained in the videos. And another thing is also the diet, and this is also something you can easily assume it's related to energy levels and stuff, but it's not just that. There are also some other interesting things, like more specific types of food that will help you reach certain nutrients that make it easier for you to reach this state. And just to give you an example, like a curious example, dark chocolate in particular is one of them. And this is something that it's better explained in the video again, but also eating a lot of protein, like in food that has high levels of protein, also is going to be helpful in that way. But all of these things are explained way better in the video, so I'm just going to leave the videos here. So this is one of the videos here, the 3 steps to enter flow state when gaming, Science of Flow, from eAthletes Labs. So this is a really good video. It's honestly the best one, and it's the one that has helped me understand the concept the most and put into practice these things and notice a big difference in game. And this is the other video, how to enter flow state when gaming, The Zone, from Ron Rumble Kim, which is a FPS coach, has a YouTube channel, also very known. And this video actually also has a lot of interesting things to say, and you kind of understand the concept a lot better. This one is kind of more theory stuff about the concept of flow state and understanding what it is. And then the other one, it's more practical, and you kind of get real good practices and reasons to do those things, and you can easily see the results after you apply them.